Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Sylenth1 and welcome to another Let's Collaborate. Now, we finished the progressive house one, so now we're going to be doing a Melbourne bounce one. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do with Melbourne bounce is obviously find a decent kick and a good bass. Now, the kicks I like to use are from Melbourne Bounce, the CR2 sample pack, because the way they have them set up is just so nice that they have it cut off at the center point when the bass starts, so that you don't really have to worry much about the side chaining and all that stuff on the kick and bass. So you can get something really nice going on. So we're going to use this kick just for the hell of it. We're going to be fast with this. Again, the point of these videos isn't to make the next, Beatport's top 100, top whatever. We're just trying to show you guys the process of, finishing a track start to finish, and which I feel a lot of people don't have the ability to do. So I'm gonna show you guys, just doing it really in probably 10 episodes, maybe less. But if you haven't checked out the progressive house one, you guys can go check it out, and hopefully you checked out the types of DJs part 2 video. All right, so I have my Sylenth1 Revolution Soundbank here, and we're gonna try and find just a decent bass to go with it on the offbeat. All right, let's see. The way you create a Melbourne bounce bass is really simple. We can see there's 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 here. So think of it as on 1, it hits, the first kick hits, on 1.2, the second kick, and so forth. So we have a bar here, which I always confuse with 4 bars because it's 4 kicks. So 4 kicks make up 1 bar. So we just put it on our root note, which is G, like I said, in the scale, and we're just gonna duplicate it across. And we pretty much have the Melbourne bounce bass. Now we just have to find the sound. Now I'm gonna have everything at 6. Now for those of you guys with the question, like why is there like a limit on it and all this other stuff on 15 seconds, is because I got a copyright strike, and one of the limitations of a copyright strike on YouTube is that you can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes. So sad. So the first bass I chose I actually really like. Let's check out the other basses. I totally forgot how they sound like because I rarely make Melbourne bounce. I've done it a couple of times, but whatever. Cool. One of the things I like to do with my banks is I always like to make the sounds ready to use out of the box, but sometimes you are going to need to cut frequencies, which is something that you're going to have to do always when you mix and master, because the idea of mixing is you can't have 10 things that sound amazing, but you want the final product, which is just one song, to sound amazing. So the problem comes when people try to make every sound fucking amazing. Okay, so the problem comes that, okay, your lead sounds amazing and you put it with everything else and it makes everything else sound like shit. So think of it this way whenever, and this is a really good tip that I kind of made on my own, just realizing it. 20 amazing sounds will not give you an amazing track. 20 sounds that sound shitty, they might sound shitty by themselves, but when they're put together, sound amazing, will give you an amazing track. So just keep that in mind whenever you're EQing stuff. Technically, when you EQ stuff, you're not trying to make it sound the best. You're trying to make it sound the best in the track, not by itself. So just giving you guys a heads up. Now, I always like to separate the top of a bass with from the bottom of the bass, which pretty much means I like to separate the low end from the high end of the bass, mainly because it gives me a lot more freedom to mess around with both and try and get like a good balance in the bass sound. I always use the clicky sub because it's my favorite patch, and there's a couple of strategies you can use when using it. One of them is you doing it the Vinay way, or the big room bounce way, where you just put the sub all the way across, and then there's the one where you just put it like that, so that you still keep that some kind of feel to it. Now we're gonna remove the low end from our little bass. And we're gonna remove the high end from the sub. So kind of don't want to hear, we want to feel it. Now, whenever I use this clicky sub, it has a really resonating frequency. And what that means is that you can see a big ass gap going up. That's the resonating frequency. So I always like to do a notch there whenever I'm using a sub. It helps a lot in pretty much maintaining homeostasis in the track. And what homeostasis is, if you don't know, is pretty much your body's way of kind of balancing out, I think. I haven't taken bio in like a year, but it's balancing it out so that there's like an equal amount of water. I think it's water in your body. But in the way we're doing it here is we're trying to maintain like something that's straight. We don't want the bass to be too overpowering or the top end to be too overpowering. All right, so we're gonna leave it like that for now, and now let's work on a drop. And again, we're gonna bring up another Sylenth. I love that Sylenth1 Revolution Soundbank a lot. Yeah, we're bringing it up, and we're gonna do. We have some Melbourne, Australia leads. That's what I called them. So let's see. I think Melbourne, Australia 5 is pretty good. Sorry if I blew your ears. Make sure we're in the right. Yeah, we are. There's like no latency, so I'm like kind of like, wow, that's really good latency for not being ASIO driver. We're gonna try and come up with something because I'm not that inspired, but make sure to send me your guys' MIDI files if you guys have any for drops. Make sure they're not from a pack, though. Make sure they're yours, so we can move the track along. Again, it's a collaboration series, so send me your stuff through Facebook. You can go like my face, I'll put it in the description, and just send me a message with like, hey Samuel, I have a nice drop for you. Now, if you guys notice, I haven't sidechained the kick and bass, but it sounds perfectly fine. And the reason for that is, again, CR2 gives you that kick, which you don't really need to sidechain if you're using an offbeat bass, which is really nice. Now, I suck at inputting stuff, so don't judge me, but we're gonna try and find something here catchy. So right now I'm putting the rhythm down of the drop. Now let's try and find another sound, which it really needs to have some sort of umph to it. Alright, so we're gonna layer the first one we had. Pretty much there we have a drop, and we just layer 2 sounds. So what I'm gonna do now is take the reverbs away from this, because again, we want to use our own reverbs to make it sound a lot more cleaner. We're gonna put them in a send instead of the bus now, just so it can be a lot more cleaner. Vintage verb again until I like that plugin, and then we use lead. All right, so there we have it. One side chain for the whole thing. And then make sure to comment below what type of vocal you guys would want before the drop, like everybody fucking right. All right, so we got a couple more minutes left, so let's see if we can kind of make it better, even though I don't think a melodic change would work. And by that I mean change in pitch, like changing the notes. Yeah, I don't think it would work because it's just too fast. So we're gonna leave it like this for now. So make sure you guys send me your midis and we'll go from there. If I don't receive any better ones, I'll just end up using this for the drop. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, comment, send me your midis. Peace out.